Kayvon,
Hey.
say what you just said again.
Oh, multiplayer's done.
Multiplayer's done.
It's done. Like, it works. There's no problems with it. The to-do list has officially nothing on it right now.
I wouldn't say that.
For multiplayer.
I still have to optimize all the maps and.
Oh, Alex's to-do list is
mini-maps.
extensive.
My to-do
Kayvon's
list
to-do list is done. So I guess my next thing, I'll come up with some like awards or whatever, like most professional, most
I was gonna
whatever.
do that.
Oh, you want to come up with that?
No, you can do it.
My plan was to go and look at the exact things that were in the original GoldenEye and see which ones we can replicate with no work, and then pretty much put a one-to-one GoldenEye achievement list in there. I like when they're a little bit ambiguous, like you don't know exactly what you did. Most professional is accuracy. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Most cowardly is interesting. I don't think we have a metric for that. Most cowardly is interesting because it implies something about your character. And anytime a game makes a character judgment on you, it feels like it's invading your personal space. So in GoldenEye, most cowardly was how much you are like within proximity of other players. And so if you just happen to not be in the proximity of other players, you are the most cowardly.
Start a spreadsheet and let me have access to it.
On it.
Just do it in that same spreadsheet.
Let me wake my computer up with waving my little mouse counterclockwise.
Alright guys, so there were a couple aspects of our game that weren't quite VR enough for us. And what I mean by that is that we wanted it to be more VR. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Alright, so the first thing that we wanted to change, the most rough area, was the very first thing that you see once you get into the game. So the very first thing that you see when you get into the game is the height check. We measure your height so that we know exactly how tall your character should be when other players see you. It's important to make the height check fit in the style of the game, just to create that extra level of immersion once you get in. So, the height check scene is actually a coffin factory. Sort of a morbid way to start the game, actually, is measuring your coffin, because you're probably gonna die. This crazy tool in front of us actually measures your height. It's checking the actual real-life height of the headset right now. It's measuring your eye line, not exactly your head height, and then we add a couple inches, about 2.5 to 3 inches, to your actual player height. So as we mentioned in a previous video, your height is actually really important so that we know exactly where your head is in space and how tall your character should be, how long your arms should be, etc. Another thing that we wanted to revamp was weapon switching. As you can see right now, we just cycle through weapons on a button press. That's not very interesting. It can get confusing because you'll have 3 items on one hand and 2 items on the other hand, which is a little strange. So we wanted a more interesting way to switch weapons. So traditionally, weapon switching, as you saw a second ago, you click the cycle button to get a different weapon out. However, for VR, we wanted something interesting, which we've just now implemented, which is this. When you press the weapon switch button, a holographic menu pops up in the air, allowing you to select which tool or weapon that you want. So this method of weapon switching allows you to switch way faster on the fly rather than getting lost cycling through all your weapons, especially once we add more than just 2 weapons. So, if I'm in combat, I want to quickly switch to my revolvers or my hands. It's way easier to do. So the reason why this is important is that we don't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 key presses to press on the keyboard. We have to come up with a way where you can access all of your inventory with just the single touchpad and a controller tracked in space. So we've created this holographic inventory system that replaces the need for a keyboard. This weapon switch system allows you to quickly decide what you want to use in terms of a weapon or tool or give someone the business. Unfortunately, there's nobody to shoot there. So the reason I like this a lot as a designer is that it's pretty much infinitely scalable. We could potentially add as many weapons or tools as we wanted into your inventory. We're not limited to just a few that you're going to get lost while cycling. Also, it allows you to do some pretty wacky stuff. There we go. You see that one?
Yeah, that was perfect.
There we go.
Nice.
So the other thing that this weapon switch allows you to do much faster than we could before was switch whether you're right or left-handed. All I have to do to get my tool in my other hand is select it. This also allows you to grab boxes really quickly as well. Yeah, it's like surprisingly fun.
So besides visual improvement and polish, those are some of our biggest changes.